Chris Rock just absolutely roasted Will Smith.
Oh my goodness.
Legit. Okay, so we all know the Oscar slap. We all saw it.
Absolutely.
Whole world saw it. Yeah, it was insane. I
Yeah.
thought it was a prank. Like, I thought it was all orchestrated.
I remember watching it first being like, okay, this is orchestrated. And
Yeah.
then like
Then he starts yelling.
the yelling, I was like, that's like a crazy man in the street. Like when
Yeah.
they like, whoa.
Really? Because I was like, oh, like this could, yeah, same thing. It could be orchestrated, and like it would be.
Yeah.
He could have got away with it if he just didn't yell.
Yeah.
But anyway, Chris Rock, brand new Netflix special, the first ever live stream Netflix special.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, Breaking Boundaries, really cool. And he said some pretty interesting stuff about Will Smith.
Interesting.
I just want to play the clip and get your guys' thoughts. Check it
Alright.
out.
Wife was her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this, but for some reason, these put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that can low down. We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Everybody in the world called him a bitch. I tried to call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Charlemagne called him a bitch. The drink champs called him a fucking bitch. Called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. And who's he hit? Me. A nigga he know he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit.
Damn.
Yeah. So he was
He's still so angry.
a bit salty about it.
Still.
Yeah.
It was a year ago? It was more than a year ago.
I think it was 1 year ago, like very recently. Oh no, the Oscars are coming up, so it'll be like almost a year. But yeah, because the whole special is called Selective Outrage, and even the trailer, the trailer's just like him looking so moody, and it's just like it's out of focus, and he comes into focus, and he's just like staring down the camera, and someone knocks on the door, and they're like, "Chris, we're ready for you," and he's like, "Oh," and then he walks up.
Caveman mode.
Like Nick before. Yeah, and then he's just like walking down the hallway really angry. And so, yeah, I think it's quite like, it's obviously like winking at the Oscar slap, like this whole
Okay.
thing. Which is really interesting because it's like, I think, it depends. What do you think? Like, if this has happened to you, would you lean into it as hard as he did? Because it's like some people might just pretend it never happened and just live their life because it's embarrassing. Like, it's pretty intense. Like, one of the biggest stages in the world, being kind of embarrassed like that, made a piece of meat.
It is pretty weird. I mean,
Yeah.
because also Will Smith, he like did his apology on like Instagram or in Twitter or whatever it
Yeah.
was, and then like that was that. I feel like we haven't heard
He did
anything else
He
from
did,
him about it.
Yeah, he did two apologies. He did one, I think, was Instagram, and then he did a longer YouTube one.
Yeah,
And
right.
then I think he's made some TikToks about it, like some really like nice self-aware TikToks making fun of himself or something. I can't remember what it was. I'll see if we can find one. Yeah, what would you do if that happened to you? Would you lean into it?
Dude, I don't know. I'd probably just try and be an adult about it. Like, be like, look, that wasn't cool. Like,
In terms of career stuff, like,
But,
would
like,
you go public with something as public as that? As a
I'd
Netflix
acknowledge
special?
it, but I wouldn't make a whole freaking stand-up thing about it. Like, that's
What?
a lot.
He's
Really?
a comedian.
He's a
Oh, I
That is
know.
true, yeah.
I
Of course he's gonna
know.
use it.
That's true. I mean, but
He
personally,
got slapped in the face.
Slap in the face, biggest
for
stage in the
saying a
world.
joke.
And it's like, and he hasn't said
know.
anything. He's probably I think he said one thing about it. Like, everybody's constantly waiting, and it's still so relevant. Everyone was waiting for what he's going to say.
There's the reason that it's people are talking about it. It's the reason he didn't say anything about it is because he knew people wanted to
Bro,
hear it.
and
So
with the
of
live-
course he was going to make a special about it.
With
and
the
make
live
enough
stream
money.
element as well, if it'd be the first ever live stream thing ever, like I want to know the stats on that because like people will be so excited already to see what's happening. Then like a live stream thing, something special people want to watch just for the sake of it. Live stream Netflix.
it is a genius like marketing thing.
I wanna
like
know the
he's
stats.
totally monopolizing on it, which like
fair.
I mean, I wonder
True.
how Will feels about it. Like,
I know. I got a quote from Will. Will said he's disappointed that Netflix gave him the platform for it, and it was also like I'm a bit disheartened that like, but he hasn't watched it. He hasn't seen it. He doesn't really want to watch it.
which is fair enough.
But it's also like Will did it like, and obviously Will feels very bad about it. It's such a weird thing coming from Will Smith as well. Such a beloved character.
Yeah, I know. And like he would be trying so hard to recover from
I
it
know.
for his career.
And I
And I
haven't-
feel like this would dredge it all back up.
It is. Yeah, fuck. That is true because it's
Yeah.
like he would have been like, okay, yeah, we're finally sort of getting back. Like we're getting back on track.
Making ground.
Making ground, maybe I've got some more acting work. Because has he done any work since? I don't know. Maybe he felt like he was coming back on track, and then this is just.
He
bam.
released a movie recently.
What movie was it?
Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's not out yet, but he's done a movie recently.
Right.
I mean, people will still use him. He's a very big name.
He didn't he do a new Bad Boys movie or something?
That was before the slap, I believe.
Right.
Yeah, but you know, I would just be like, hey, let's just like move on from it. You know, just let it go. As much, I mean, obviously, I don't know everything that went on behind the scenes for both of them and like how they were feeling, and if it is something they could ever let go. But like,
So if you got slapped, if you were hosting the Oscars,
yeah,
and you got slapped by Will Smith, and then you're like,
it'd be such a different situation.
and
if
then Netflix came to you and
got
said,
slapped by Will Smith.
Netflix came to you and said, Helly, $10 million right now, do a special. You can tell an hour of jokes, 15 minutes or whatever of I mean, I don't even know if it probably wasn't even in the contract. Maybe Chris probably went to Netflix, I reckon, and went, we want to do a special talking about the slap. It's going to be massive. Let's make it happen. And Netflix would be like, here's a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I would. I think I'm too like much of a bitch to like not do that.
Fair enough.
Yeah, what would you do? Would you
I'd do it.
Yeah, I know.
Obviously, yeah.
You totally would.
Like, because it's like, I mean, what depend if it was happening right now, I'd go, hell yeah, Netflix special, definitely. That'd be cool. Depends where, like, yeah, I don't know. Where I would be at in my career. But I think it would be the right thing, especially if you're a comedian where it's like you're already doing so much self-deprecating stuff. Like, you know, making fun of yourself, you know, being humble and all that shit. Like, I think it would be a right decision for a comedian. Everyone going, use that. Like, it's the biggest thing. Like, it's just like on a golden platter sitting there. People want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, does it make him the bigger person though? Because I feel like he could have made light of it, like made fun of it, made jokes, and then be like, I don't know, maybe make some kind of piece from it.
It is tricky because he was quite, like, angry in the thing.
He was pretty savage.
And of course, like, I haven't seen the full thing.
Yeah.
After everything that's just been said, we haven't seen the full thing. We don't have the full story. This is not... Jay's shaking his head right now.
As I said, the celebrities do their thing over there. And we sit over here.
Jay's face. So no.
Jay's like, have I not taught you anything?
You could completely disregard everything we've just said. We don't have all the details.
Chase, I feel like I'm Kung Fu Panda and Jay's Master Shifu, and we just like messed up. Ash is crying from laughter. Your face looks like a tomato, dude.
Holy fuck. So let us know what you think.
It'll be more informed than these guys fucking think.
Let us know if you've seen the full thing, because we want to know what happened.
Even though we're supposed to be telling you what's going on.
This is the podcast where you tell us what's happening.
What is it when you talk the talk and we listen? I don't know.
Yeah, let us know what you think. If you were in the same position as Chris Rock, would you make a special out of it?
And let us know if you have any enlightening details that we've missed, because we have not watched the entire
Because we want to
thing.
know.
Fuck's sake, guys. It's an hour.